All right, folks, I just wanted to take this time to share some of my thoughts about kind of where I want to go with, and this is outside of the game, but I wanted to share some of my thoughts on kind of what I want to do, or at least what my intentions are, my hopes, dreams, aspirations, whatever you want to call them, on how I want to take this, the Event Horizon and this Duel of Ages tournament slash basically I want to turn it into some kind of campaign game, right, where there's like lasting effects that will carry over from match to match. Because I mean, we'll go over here. I've shown you that before. I mean, we're looking at a lot. There's going to be a lot of games played here. So there's going to be so there's 4 divisions. So just in one division, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. So 7 games just per division. So that's 4 divisions. So that's 28 games. And this will be 29 games. And this will be 30 games. And then the 31st game will be the final thing. So I want to, I've had this idea for some kind of campaign that has, lasting effects that we can kind of carry over from game to game. And of course, I'm 3 games into it, and I've written some stuff down, but I haven't really implemented anything. So, but that's one of the good things about what I said about the Event Horizon in the very beginning is nothing is immutable. So that means things can be subject to change, and of course anything goes. So this is kind of my white pad of things that I have, been writing stuff down. So, I've got like possible environmental effects that can change from game to game. And there's just some ideas that I had. Lunar gravity. So if I put the moon at one end of the map, if you are running, so my idea was if like the moon was, let's say, over here, if you're moving that way, it will slow you down because you're fighting gravity. But if you're moving that way, then you could move faster because you're moving towards gravity, right? So just a little crazy idea. Maybe some lightning or meteorites or missiles or anything like that, random attack hexes that actually would cause rough terrain to be in the hex after the explosion or the impact or whatever. Solar heat damage, hacking, computer viruses, because remember, this game, right, is basically, think of Ready Player One. This is an internet game, and that's why we have the primes. These are the people that are actually playing the video game, and this is the character that they're playing in the game. So, hacking our computer viruses to where we could, corrupt the virtual battlefield, because that's pretty much what this is, right? It's a virtual battlefield. Smoke, or lighting effects that could reduce the range of attacks. Crowd interactions. So remember, I had, in the previous match, I had Shrimp and Morgrid Khan. They were off. They were watching. They were gathering intel. So could I have, the fans that are watching in the virtual stands or the virtual arena, they're watching everything that's going on here. So just some things to think about. And then other games that I might be able to integrate into here. HeroScape is one of my favorites. Like, this game here is begging to be 3D with miniatures, but obviously it would cost a ton. And I've actually constructed one of the platters with HeroScape tiles, and it's huge. It would take up, like, one of these platters in HeroScape terrain would take up almost this entire table. So it's just not really feasible because it's so large. And then, of course, Space Empires 4X, Memoir 44, and the reason I kind of highlighted these games is because these games are hex-based as well, and this game is obviously a hex-based game. So, and then some other things. Here's some campaign effects. Having team captains, which I did do that, right? So I went out and bought the little package of foil stars, hey, you get a gold star today? So team captains from now on will be identified by the silver star. And I don't know exactly what effects to apply to a team captain. Like, do they get any kind of bonuses or anything for being the captain? I don't know yet. So, most valuable player. I kind of announced at the end of the one game that had big hair that he was the MVP for that game. So, right now, I just have like a yellow bead to kind of denote who the MVP is at the moment. So Camden Drake, he did a lot of damage with that Saber laser, and he finally took out Perseus. So in my mind, he's sort of the MVP at the moment. Achievements. So I bought the pack of stars, right? So silver ones obviously go to team captains, and then I'll probably give a gold star for the MVP. That still leaves 3 stars that I could assign some kind of achievement to, and I could stick it onto their card, and that would remind me that, hey, they achieved this in a previous game, and maybe it'll have some kind of bonus or one-use thing per game that they could use. Money and resources. So a winning team, when a team wins, they get cash that they can buy stuff with, and then of course I'll cover that over here. And then fans, right? So this is an internet game. People watch Twitch streamers all the time, right? People watch people on Twitch playing Fortnite and PUBG and you name it, whatever video game. So there's a number of fans that are watching them. So fans could equal hackers, like because you're always going to have, like, you've heard of stream sniping, like where Ninja's playing Fortnite, and then there are people playing against Ninja in a Fortnite game, and there are people that are watching Ninja's stream and telling other people what Ninja's doing or where he's hiding, so they know where to go to find him and to kill him. That's called stream sniping. So, maybe some kind of hacker. Fans could also bring in revenue, which is more money. And then, like, we could use that money to hire support staff, which would not be here. They wouldn't be represented by a physical token, but they could provide additional benefits in the game. Like, maybe the general manager just helps all these other entities do what they do a little bit better, like an equipment manager. So maybe if you have an equipment manager, and like we'll use a level-based system, like, so an equipment manager level 1 gives you a certain percentage chance to start with a random card, but an equipment manager that's level 2 gives you a higher percentage chance to start with a random item, or something like that. And then so we could have a director of advertising, which he can get you more money. And then maybe a doctor that could heal somebody in the middle of a game. Maybe it's a one-time use thing. An armorer, so like they could help you get armor cards out of the deck, or a gunsmith, which could help you get weapon cards out of the deck. The purveyor of needful things, which could help you get things that aren't weapons or armor out of the deck. And then of course IT support, or a hacker, which could help you alter the battlefield as we see it. So those are just some ideas that I have. I don't think I have anything else. Yeah, I don't have anything else written down, but just some ideas that I could implement as the game goes on. Because like I said, I'm looking at 30 something games of this. So just some ideas. So if anybody out there has any thoughts, or it sounds pretty cool to you, hey, just let me know. You can drop something in the comments, or whatever the case may be. But those are just some of my long-term thoughts on the game to kind of make it a campaign. And then of course you can see over here, so this is the stack of characters in the game. So these are all the ones that I have not even used yet. So eventually this entire stack will be used. That's a pretty big stack of characters. And then of course this is kind of how I'm keeping track of who I've used already. So these are the teams that have lost. So we have the Warriors and all their stuff, and the Atomic Androids. And then these are all the Real People cards in the middle that I have not used. And then we've got, all the winning all the winning teams here in the back. So, you know, that's kind of where my head's at on the game. So, again, if anybody's got any ideas or comments or whatever, hey, just let me know. But until the next time, we'll see you later, and thanks for watching.